The locker slammed shut like a gunshot in the crowded hallway, but it was the venom in his voice that hit me hardest. "Stay the hell away from me, freak," Jordan spat, his blue eyes slicing through me as if I were nothing more than a stain on his perfect new life. In that split second, with the entire junior class of Willow Creek High frozen in shocked silence around us, I realized this transfer student wasn't just avoiding me. He was declaring war, and I had no idea why. I'd barely noticed him when he arrived 2 weeks ago, striding in a homeroom like he owned the place, all sharp jawline and effortless cool that made half the girls, and a few guys, whisper behind their hands. Willow Creek was the kind of sleepy Ohio town where everyone knew your business before you did, nestled between cornfields and a dying mall, where football Fridays were religion and secrets were currency. I was Alex Harper, editor of the school paper, the guy who faded into the background with my messy brown hair and thrift store hoodies, nursing a quiet crush on my best friend Ryan that I'd buried so deep it ached like a bruise. Life was predictable. Dodge the jocks' pranks, ace my essays, and dream of escaping to New York for college where I could finally breathe without the weight of small-town eyes. But Jordan Hayes? He was a storm cloud rolling in from Chicago, rumor mill churning that his family fled some big city scandal. Divorce, maybe, or worse. He ignored everyone at first, sketching in a battered notebook during lunch, his earbuds blasting something angry and indie. I only crossed his path because of the paper. I needed quotes for a feature on new students, and he was the most interesting newcomer. So I approached him after English, notebook in hand, flashing what I hoped was a disarming smile. "Hey, Jordan, right? I'm Alex. Mind if I ask a few questions about?" "Save it." He'd cut me off, not even looking up from tying his sneaker. His voice was low, edged with something brittle. "I don't do interviews, especially not with nosy types like you." It stung, but I shrugged it off. People were weird their first month. That was day 3. By day 10, it escalated. I caught him staring during assembly, his gaze like ice picks, and when our eyes met, he mouthed something I couldn't make out but felt in my gut. Then came the notes, anonymous slips shoved into my locker, scrawled with "back off" and "mind your own." I figured it was a prank, maybe from Tyler's crew, the lacrosse bros who love tormenting anyone not in their pack. But the handwriting matched the doodles I'd glimpsed in his notebook, jagged, deliberate. Why me? I'd never said a word to him beyond that one failed interview pitch. That hallway blow-up happened on a crisp October Friday, the air buzzing with homecoming hype. I'd just finished defending my article on the school's outdated dress code, pushing for inclusivity without naming names, when Jordan barreled past, shoulder-checking me hard enough to send my books flying. The crowd parted like the Red Sea, phones already out, capturing the drama for Snapchat immortality. I scrambled to pick up my scattered notes, cheeks burning, and that's when he loomed over me, face twisted in fury. "You think you can just waltz around, digging into people's lives like it's your right?" His words echoed off the lockers, drawing gasps from the peanut gallery. "I know what you did back in Chicago. Spilling secrets for clicks. You're poison, Harper." Chicago? I'd never set foot there. My confusion must have shown because he faltered for a heartbeat, then doubled down, voice dropping to a hiss only I could hear. "Touch me again, and you'll regret it." He stormed off, leaving me kneeling in the debris, heart pounding like I'd been punched. Whispers erupted. What's his deal? Alex must have said something stupid, and Ryan appeared at my side, hauling me up with a sympathetic grin that twisted the knife of my unspoken feelings. "Dude, what was that? You two even talk?" Ryan dusted off my jacket, his touch lingering a second too long, or maybe I just wished it did. Tall and golden-haired, with that easy quarterback charm, he was the sun to my orbiting moon. Best friends since kindergarten, but lately, every laugh, every late-night text about nothing, felt loaded with what-ifs. "No clue," I muttered, forcing a laugh as we headed to lunch. Maybe he thinks I'm the reason his coffee's cold this morning. Inside, though, doubt not. Poison? Secrets? It didn't add up, but Jordan's hatred felt personal, like he'd sized me up and found me guilty of crimes I hadn't committed. The rest of the day blurred into avoidance. I ducked into the bathroom during gym to skip seeing him change, buried myself in yearbook proofs after school. By evening, home was my fortress, a cozy ranch house on Elm Street where Mom blasted Motown while cooking meatloaf, and Dad nursed a beer watching ESPN, both blissfully unaware of the high school soap opera. They were the poster couple for normal, high school sweethearts, still holding hands at the diner. Coming out? Not on my radar. Not here, where the church youth group preached, love the sinner, hate the sin, and my own reflection in the mirror sometimes felt like a stranger. Saturday brought no reprieve. Homecoming prep turned the town into a frenzy. Banners strung across Main Street, the scent of funnel cakes wafting from the fairgrounds. Ryan dragged me to the gym for float building duty, our hands sticky with glue as we taped crepe paper to cardboard castles. "So, spill," he said, blue eyes twinkling under the fluorescent buzz. "Jordan's got it out for you." Jealous of my bestie status. I snorted, heat creeping up my neck. If only he knew how much I envied his oblivious ease. Nah, probably mistook me for someone else. Thinks I'm some Chicago gossip hound. We laughed it off, but as we worked, I caught glimpses of Jordan across the gym, directing the cheer squad with clipped efficiency, his laugh rare but sharp when it came. He didn't glance my way once. That night, alone in my room with posters of Broadway musicals curling at the edges, I Googled him on a whim. Jordan Hayes, Chicago, nothing but a shuttered Instagram and a faded profile pic of him at a skate park, wind tousling his hair. No scandals, no dirt, just a ghost of a kid who looked as lost as I felt some days. I closed the tab, guilt twisting in my chest. Maybe he was hurting, lashing out at the wrong target. Or maybe I was the villain in his story, and I'd never know why. Monday hit like a hangover. The hallway incident had fermented over the weekend, morphing into legend. New guys got beef with the nerd. I braced for fallout, but instead, it was radio silence from Jordan. Seats swapped in classes we shared, paths diverged like oil and water. Relief should have come, but curiosity itched. During journalism club, Ms. Rivera pulled me aside, her bangles jingling. "Heard about the dust-up. Everything okay? Jordan's got fire, but you're our star reporter. Don't let it derail you." "I'm good," I lied, flashing my editor's smile. But as I filed away printouts, a shadow fell over my desk. Not Jordan, worse. Tyler Grant, lacrosse captain and resident bully with a grin like a shark, leaned in too close. "Heard Hayes called you out. What's the tea, Harper? You swing that way or something?" My stomach dropped. Tyler's crew loved their jokes, the kind that left bruises on more than egos. "None of your business," I shot back, voice steady despite the tremor in my hands. He chuckled, sauntering off, but the seed was planted. Rumors were oxygen here. One whiff, and they spread like wildfire. By Wednesday, the whispers had evolved. Notes in my locker now read, "Freak loves drama," and someone scrawled "Gossip Queen" on my stall door in the bathroom. Ryan noticed, of course, confronted Tyler in the parking lot, fists clenched until I pulled him away. "It's nothing," I insisted, hating how my voice cracked. "Just stupid stuff." But at night, staring at the ceiling fan's lazy spin, I wondered if Jordan had lit the match. His hatred felt like the epicenter, radiating cracks through my carefully built walls. Then came the party invite, a rare one, from Sarah, the theater kid with a crush on Ryan that made my jealousy flare irrationally. "Homecoming after party at my place," she texted the group chat. "Everyone's coming. Even the mysterious new guy." Ryan nudged me. "You in? Could be fun. Clear the air with Hayes, or whatever." Fun, right. But I went, because saying no would have raised flags, and in Willow Creek, flags were the last thing I needed. Sarah's house was a colonial on the edge of town, bass thumping from the basement, red Solo cups sweating on every surface. I nursed a soda in the corner, watching Ryan charm the room, his laugh pulling me like gravity even as it hurt. Jordan arrived late, fashionably disheveled in a black button-down that hugged his frame, scanning the crowd until his eyes locked on me. The room shrank. Air thickened. He crossed it in 5 strides, cornering me against the wall. "We need to talk," he said, breath warm with the faint tang of beer. Up close, he was all angles. High cheekbones, a faint scar above his lip that begged questions. "Not here. Outside." My pulse thundered. Part of me wanted to bolt. Another, the reckless part, nodded. We slipped through the back door into the crisp night, stars pricking the sky like accusations. The porch light buzzed faintly, casting long shadows as we faced off. "What the hell is your problem?" I demanded, arms crossed to hide the shake. You act like I ran over your dog. I've never even spoken to you. He raked a hand through his hair, pacing the deck. You don't get it. Back in Chicago, there was this kid, editor of the school rag, just like you. Name was Alex too. Harper, even. Coincidence, right? He outed my brother online. Ruined everything. My family had to move because of that piece. So yeah, when I see you, smiling all innocent with your notebook, it's him. It's you. The world tilted. A doppelganger? Some cosmic joke? That's not me. I whispered, throat tight. I've lived here my whole life. Ohio born and bred. Your brother's Alex Harper? That's insane. He stopped, searching my face, doubt flickering like a faulty bulb. Prove it. How? Show you my birth certificate. Frustration boiled over. Look, I get it. Betrayal sucks. But hating a ghost? That's on you. Silence stretched, broken only by muffled laughter from inside. Then, softer. My brother's gay. The article. It exposed him, his boyfriend, everything. Dad flipped, called it a phase gone wrong. We left overnight. Jordan's voice cracked, vulnerability cracking his armor. I thought you were the same. Another fake ally sniffing for scoops. I'm not, I said, the words heavy with my own secrets. Gay. The word hung unspoken between us, a bridge or a bomb. I wouldn't out anyone. Ever. He nodded slowly, the fight draining from his shoulders. Shit. I'm sorry. I jumped the gun. A ghost of a smile tugged his lips. Truce. Truce. We shook, his hand warm and calloused from skating, sending a spark up my arm I ignored. Or tried to. Back inside, the party blurred, Ryan's arm slung over my shoulders in a bro hug that lingered, Sarah's playlist shifting to slower jams. Jordan vanished into the crowd, but I felt his gaze like a tether. For the first time, the air felt charged, not with war, but possibility. Little did I know, that truce was the spark. The real fire was coming, and it would burn us both before it forged something unbreakable. The next morning dawned with a hangover of regret, sunlight slicing through my blinds like judgment. I replayed the porch confession on loop. Jordan's raw hurt, the accidental brush of knuckles that lingered in my palm like an echo. School loomed, a minefield now laced with fragile peace. Ryan texted at dawn. Party was lit. You disappear with haze? Spill. I typed back a deflection. Just cleared the air. Boring stuff. And hit send before the truth could tangle my thumbs. Willow Creek High buzzed with post-party gossip, lockers slamming like punctuation to the chatter. I spotted Jordan by the vending machines, fumbling for quarters, his usual scowl softened in the fluorescent glow. Our eyes met. He nodded, a silent acknowledgement that felt like progress. No venom, just a wary neutrality. During lunch, he even slid into the seat across from me and Ryan at our corner table, tray clattering like an olive branch. Sup, he said, unwrapping a sandwich with deliberate nonchalance. Ryan raised an eyebrow, mouth full of fries. All good now? Ryan asked, ever the peacemaker, though I caught the protective glint in his eye. Jordan shrugged, dipping a chip in ketchup. Yeah, misunderstanding. Alex here's not the devil I thought. He shot me a sidelong glance, the corner of his mouth quirking. Heat bloomed in my chest. Gratitude? Or something sharper, unnamed. We fell into easy rhythm, trading barbs about teachers and the cafeteria's mystery meat. Ryan dominated with stories of last night's beer pong victory, but Jordan held his own, dropping Chicago tales of underground shows and lakefront bonfires that painted him vivid, alive. Sounds epic, I said, leaning in despite myself. Nothing but cornfields here. Give it time, he replied, eyes locking on mine. Even fields have secrets. The bell rang too soon, scattering us. But in history, when Ms. Ellis droned about the civil rights era, I passed him a note, doodled cornstalks with speech bubbles saying "rebel yell," and he stifled a laugh, sketching back a city skyline with exploding fireworks. It was juvenile, thrilling, a secret language blooming in margins. Friendship crept in sideways, unexpected as spring thaw. By week's end, we were a trio, Ryan planning game nights, Jordan introducing us to his playlist of brooding alt-rock that Ryan pretended to hate, but secretly looped. Sleepovers at my place turned marathon, pizza boxes piling, controllers flying during late-night Mario Kart. Jordan crashed on the couch, his snores soft through the wall, and I'd lie awake, dissecting every shared glance, every accidental knee bump under the coffee table. Ryan noticed too, though he masked it in jokes. Haze is growing on me. Like mold, but the cool kind. But there was an undercurrent, a subtle shift. His hugs tighter, his questions probing. You too seem tight. Anything I should know? I'd brush it off, heart splintering because part of me wished the answer was yes, with him. The other part? It wandered to blue eyes and scarred lips, guilty and insistent. Prejudices simmered beneath, of course. Willow Creek wasn't a rainbow flag-waving town. The Pride Parade was a yearly whisper in Columbus, an hour away, attended by the brave or the bored. Dad's offhand, that lifestyle's not for us. Over dinner one night made my fork pause midair. Mom's church book club dissected Pray the Gay Away articles with sympathetic clucks. I navigated it like a tightrope, ally posts on my anonymous Tumblr, quiet support for the one-out kid in drama club who got slushied for his prom tux. Jordan carried scars from Chicago's fallout, shared in fragments over midnight confessions. Dad's still pretending it didn't happen. Calls my brother confused. Mom just cries. His voice hollowed, fingers tracing the couch seam. I stood by him, told Dad to shove it. That's why we left, me mouthing off. Admiration swelled in me. Bravery like that felt mythical. You're a good brother, I said, punching his arm lightly. He caught my wrist, hold lingering. You're not so bad yourself, Ohio. The words hung, electric. Ryan snored from the floor, oblivious, as Jordan's thumb brushed my pulse point. I pulled away first, mumbling about water, fleeing to the kitchen where the fridge hum drowned my racing thoughts. The scandal brewed slowly, a pot left too long on simmer. It started with a leak, my draft article on the dress code, the one I'd buried in a shared drive for club review, surfaced online. Not just any leak. Twisted. Screenshots circulated on the school group chat, my words edited to sound like an attack on traditional values, with added lines outing the drama kid, Theo, by name. Sources confirm Harper's agenda, pushing the gay agenda down our throats. Panic hit like ice water. Phones buzzed in first period. By second, Tyler was crowing in the hall. Harper's on a witch hunt. I denied it furiously, but the damage spread. Parents emailing the principal, church moms petitioning for my removal from the paper. Ms. Rivera defended me in a staff meeting I wasn't privy to, but whispers painted me as the villain, the nosy editor with an axe to grind. Ryan was furious, storming the lacrosse field at practice to deck Tyler, only stopped by coaches. This is bullshit, he fumed later, pacing my room. We know you didn't write that crap, but half the school's buying it. His concern wrapped around me like armor, but his distance grew. Canceled hangouts for family stuff, text shorter. Was it the rumor touching him too, the golden boy tainted by association? Jordan, though? He doubled down. The day after the leak, he cornered me in the library stacks, face stormy. Saw the posts. It's lies, right? You didn't out anyone. God, no. My voice broke, shelves blurring. I don't even know Theo that well. Someone hacked the drive, twisted it. He nodded, fierce. Then we fight it. Together. No hesitation, just that unyielding blue stare. We spent the afternoon in the AV room, combing metadata on the screenshots. Jordan's tech savvy from Chicago shining. Tracing the IP to a school VPN. Clues pointed to Tyler's laptop, borrowed for research. Emboldened, we drafted a counterpiece. The truth behind the twist, anonymous but sourced, exposing the edit without naming names yet. Publishing it felt like rebellion, the press running hot under our hands. But backlash roared. Vandalism on my locker, liar. Stares in the cafeteria like spotlights. Dad confronted me over breakfast. Newspaper folded to the local rags blurb. School scandal. Editor accused of bias. Son, what's this about? You stirring pots now. His disappointment stung deeper than anger. It's not what it seems, Dad. I'm fixing it. But doubt crept. Had I been too bold in the original? Poking the bear of conformity? Jordan became my anchor, showing up unannounced with coffee runs, dragging me on walks through the corn maze outskirts where we could breathe. They're scared, he said one dusk, stalks whispering around us. Of anything that shakes their boxes. His hand brushed mine in the fading light. I didn't pull away. The touch lingered, a question neither voiced. Ryan pulled back further, a chasm widening. At a rare group lunch, he arrived late, eyes shadowed. Heard the petitions. Might pull you from paper. The words landed like blows. We'll beat it, Jordan countered, fork stabbing his salad. Tension crackled, Ryan's jaw tight, Jordan's posture rigid. My chest ached, the trio fracturing under invisible weights. That night, alone, tears came hot and unbidden. The scandal wasn't just words. It was excavation, unearthing my fears, my hidden self. Who was I if not the careful curator of normalcy? And why did Jordan's steadiness feel like home, while Ryan's distance carved hollows? The high point, or low, depending, came at the homecoming dance. The gym transformed into a glittering cave, balloons bobbing under disco lights, the air thick with cheap cologne and anticipation. I almost skipped it, but Jordan texted, "Showing up. For you." Ryan's invite hung unanswered. He begged off with a vague cold. Dressed in my least wrinkled button-up, I entered the fray, heart hammering. Jordan found me by the punch bowl, looking unfairly sharp in a navy blazer. "Ty askew. You clean up nice, Harper." His grin disarmed, pulling me onto the floor for a goofy two-step to the DJ's pop remix. Laughter bubbled, genuine, as we spun, awkward at first, then fluid, the crowd blurring. "Thanks," I murmured during a slow song, his hand light on my waist. "For sticking. Always." The word vibrated, close. Our faces neared, breaths mingling, the world narrowing too. A crash shattered it. Tyler, drunk and belligerent, shoved through, sloshing punch over us both. "Fairy editors and their boy toys," he slurred, crowd gasping. Jordan tensed, fist clenching, but I yanked him back. "Not worth it." We fled to the parking lot, sticky and seething, the night air a slap. Under the sodium lamps, Jordan whirled. "That asshole is scared too." I wiped at my shirt, voice steadying. "Like you said." He stepped closer, anger softening to something tender. "You're stronger than you know, Alex." His fingers grazed my jaw, tilting my chin. Time suspended. Then, soft as a secret, his lips brushed mine. A question, not demand. Fireworks silent but internal, my hand fisting his blazer as I leaned in, the kiss deepening with all the pent-up confusion. We broke apart, breathless, foreheads touching. "This, us," I whispered. "Yeah. Simple, sure." But as headlights swept the lot, Ryan's truck pulling in late, the illusion cracked. He hopped out, eyes widening at our disheveled closeness. "Alex, what the—" Misunderstanding bloomed instant, poisonous. "Ryan, it's not." But he was gone, peeling out, tires screeching like betrayal. The scandal had accomplices now, my heart, tangled in love's first bloom, and friendships teetering on the edge. The kiss replayed in fever dreams that night, Jordan's taste, mint and rebellion, lingering like a brand. But morning brought reality's cold slap. Ryan's text silent, the group chat a ghost town. I dragged myself to school, the hallways a gauntlet of sidelong glances, the scandal's embers still smoldering. My locker bore fresh graffiti, "Kisser," wiped hastily before first bell, but the damage etched deeper, a public shaming I couldn't scrub. Jordan waited by my car in the lot, leaning against the hood with crossed arms, his presence a shield. Heard about the tags. Tyler's crew. No judgment in his tone, just quiet fury on my behalf. Probably. I unlocked the door, avoiding his eyes, the memory of his lips a live wire. "Ryan saw us. Last night. He thinks. I don't know what." Jordan's jaw ticked, but he slid into the passenger seat without pushing. "Give him time. He's your best friend, been there through everything." Envy threaded his words, subtle as a shadow. He'd shared snippets of his own fractured circle in Chicago, friends who bailed post-scandal, loyalty tested, and found wanting. But if he bails, his loss. We drove in loaded quiet, radio humming low with the National's melancholy croon. Dropping him at the curb, our fingers brushed on the gearshift, intentional now, electric. "See you in journalism?" he asked, voice low. "Yeah." A promise, small but solid. Class was a battlefield. Ms. Rivera announced an emergency meeting post-school, her eyes kind but firm. "We're countering the narrative, Alex. But tread carefully, the board's involved." Whispers rippled. Theo, the outed drama kid, avoided my gaze. hurt raw in his slumped shoulders. Guilt gnawed. My article, even twisted, had amplified his pain. Jordan stayed late, helping collate flyers for a Truth in Journalism assembly. Our knees knocked under the table, sparks jumping. This could backfire, I admitted, stapling stacks with more force than needed. They want me gone. Then we make it impossible to ignore the truth. His optimism was infectious, a buoy in the storm. As we packed up, his hand covered mine, thumb tracing circles. Hey, about last night. Heat flooded my face. It was intense. Good intense. Vulnerability flickered, the tough transfer student peeling back. The best. I turned my palm up, lacing our fingers. The room shrank. We kissed again, slower, exploratory, his free hand cupping my neck, mine fisting his shirt. No audience, just us, the world reduced to shared breath and racing pulses. When we parted, foreheads pressed, he whispered, I've wanted that since the porch. Hated you first, but then, couldn't stop seeing you. Me too. Confession lightened the load, even as fear nipped, small town, big risks. Home was interrogation. Mom hovered over dinner, her meatloaf cooling untouched. School trouble, honey? The paper mentioned unrest. Dad grunted agreement, fork scraping plate. Just drama. We'll sort it. I shoveled peas, appetite fled. Upstairs, I drafted an apology text to Ryan. Can we talk? It's not what you think. Sent, then deleted unsent versions a dozen times. Explanations tumbling. The kiss, the feelings I'd buried for him now uprooted for Jordan. Honesty felt like freefall. Tuesday brought escalation. Assembly hall packed for the discussion, parents flanking seats like sentinels, Principal Hargrove sweating at the podium. Misinformation harms us all, he intoned, gesturing to me. Mr. Harper will address concerns. Spotlight glare blinded. I clutched my notes, voice steady by will alone. The article was about fairness for everyone. Edits twisted my words, but the intent? Unity. Murmurs rose, approving from allies, hostile from others. Tyler heckled from the back. Unity for who? Your agenda? Jordan shot up, unbidden. Sit down, Grant. Or are you the hacker? Gasps rippled. Hargrove banged the gavel. But the seed planted, eyes turned, doubts sown. After, in the emptying hall, Ryan cornered us by the trophy case, face thunderous. What the hell, Alex? First the rumors, now this? Making out with the new guy while the school's imploding? It's not. I started, but Jordan stepped forward, calm as steel. Back off, man. You weren't there. The leak? Tyler's doing. We have proof. Ryan's eyes flicked between us, betrayal etching lines. Proof? Or excuses? You've been distant, Alex. Hiding stuff. The accusation landed true. My secrets, plural. I thought we were. Closer than that. Heart fracturing. I reached for him. We are. Ryan on. Forget it. He shoved past, shoulder clipping mine, leaving bruises unseen. Jordan's arm wrapped my waist, steadying. Let him cool. He's hurt. Yeah. But the rift yawned, friendships, thread fraying. That night, Jordan snuck over, window tap at midnight, like a rom-com cliché. We sprawled on my roof via the oak branch, blankets pilfered from the linen closet, stars winking overhead. Remember my brother's story? He murmured, head on my shoulder. He said love's worth the fallout, even if it burns. I turned, kissing his temple. Worth it with you. Our mouths met, tender amid the chaos. Hands exploring clothed boundaries, emotions pouring where bodies hesitated. No rush, just connection, his whispers of, you're safe, mending cracks. But dawn brought fresh hell. Anonymous email to the whole school. Attached audio, my voice from the assembly, doctored with slurs, I hate your kind. Overlaid on Theo's tearful interview clip. Sender, truth teller. Panic surged. I forwarded to Ms. Rivera, fingers numb. Jordan called during chem. It's deep fake crap. We'll expose it. By lunch, the hall was a war zone. Shouts, tears, Theo bolting to the bathroom. I followed, knocking softly. Theo? It's Alex. I swear that's not me. He cracked the door, eyes red. Everyone thinks it is. Why target me twice? Won't be a third time. Resolve hardened. With Jordan, we hit the computer lab. Jordan's Chicago hacks pulling audio waveforms, mismatches glaring. Amateur job, he scoffed. but timed for max damage. Ryan appeared in the doorway, hesitant. Saw the email. That your voice? No. Exhaustion bled through. Help us trace it. He wavered, then nodded. For you. But we talk later. All of it. Relief flickered. Salvage possible? We three huddled, old rhythms resurfacing. Ryan's strategy, Jordan's tech, my words shaping the rebuttal post. Publishing online by evening, it went viral locally, views climbing, comments split, support surging, detractors doubling down. Friday's pep rally turned powder keg. Cheerleaders flipped under banners, but undercurrents roiled. Tyler glaring from the bleachers, his crew muttering. As the band blared fight song, a chant started low. Harper out. Harper out. It swelled, drowning brass, Hargrove's face paling on the sidelines. Jordan grabbed the mic from a stunned announcer. Impromptu, reckless. Listen up. This isn't about one guy. It's about lies eating us alive. Check the facts. Audio's fake. Article's clean. Who's really scared of truth here? The gym hushed, then erupted. Cheers, clashing boos. Tyler lunged from seats, but Ryan blocked, shoving him back. Enough, Grant. Fists flew brief. Jordan pulling Ryan off before blood. Coaches swarming. Suspended on the spot. All three of us, inciting. In Hargrove's office, we sat defiant, knuckles bruised, bonds reforged in fire. You're lucky it's just a week, he grumbled, pin-scratching detention slips. And Grant's out too. Outside, rain-pattered parking lot. Ryan clapped my shoulder. We good. Getting there. Hugs exchanged, Jordan's last, longest, a promise sealed. But as we parted, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Text reading, this isn't over. Watch your back. Attached, a photo of Jordan and me on the roof, blurry but unmistakable, time-stamped last night. Stalker? Saboteur? The scandal mutated, personal now, shadows lengthening. Suspension week blurred into a pressure cooker of isolation and intensity. No school meant no immediate threats, but Willow Creek shrank without its routines. Endless drives down country roads, the radio's static companion to my churning thoughts. Jordan and Ryan split time. Mornings with Ryan at the diner, dissecting the rally fallout over greasy hash browns. Afternoons with Jordan in his family's cramped rental, sprawled on the living room floor piecing together the photo's metadata. Ryan opened up first, over cooling coffee. Seeing you too. It hit hard. Thought maybe you felt something for me. Stupid, right? His laugh was self-deprecating, eyes downcast. Not stupid. Honesty clawed out. I did. For years. Buried it because. You. Us. Risky. The admission hung, cathartic, a weight lifted. He nodded slow, processing. I'm straight, Alex. But that doesn't change shit. You're my brother. Fist bump sealed it. Friendship purified, no longer shadowed by my one-sided ache. Jordan's good for you. Just. Be careful. Town's not ready. Afternoons with Jordan were oxygen. His mom's lasagna warming the kitchen, little sister peeking curiously before bedtime. We pored over the photo. Geotag pinned a block from my house. Timestamp midnight. Neighbor, he mused, laptop glowing on his lap. Or drone creep. Tyler's got that tech from his dad's firm. Creepy either way. I shivered, but his arm around me chased it. What if it's more? Someone deeper in the grudge. Then we dig. His determination was fierce, protective, a far cry from the hating stranger who'd slammed my locker. Evenings bled into stargazing from his backyard, blankets tangled, kisses deepening with trust's permission. Love this, he murmured once, tracing my collarbone. You. Us against the idiots. Love you. Slipped out unbidden raw. He stilled, then grinned, pulling me closer. Ditto, Ohio. Reentry Monday was apocalypse. Hallways hummed hostility. Petitions circulated for my expulsion. Protect our kids, stickers on lockers like scarlet letters. Theo cornered me pre-bell, tentative. Saw your post. Thanks. Means something. Anytime. Solidarity sparked. By lunch, a quiet alliance formed. Drama kids, band geeks, the misfits orbiting my orbit. But Tyler escalated. During gym, dodgeball turned ambush. Balls aimed not at pins, but me. Welt blooming on my arm before coach barked halt. Accident. Tyler smirked, but his eyes screamed intent. Jordan overheard in the locker room, confronting post-whistle. Touch him again, and it's not balls you'll dodge. Voices rose, fists clenched. Ryan mediated, hauling Jordan out. Not here, man. Play smart. Smart felt futile as the week wore. Anonymous posts multiplied, my face photoshopped on protest signs, captioned agenda exposed. Dad's silence at dinner grew arctic. Mom's questions tentative. Friends okay, sweetie? I nodded lies, retreating to journals where ink bled frustrations. Why me? For daring to speak? For loving wrong? Jordan sensed the erosion, planning escape. Friday night, he knocked, picnic basket in hand, blanket slung over shoulder. Road trip. Neutral ground. We drove to Hocking Hills, an hour south. Ancient forests, sandstone cliffs whispering secrets. Trail hikes led to hidden grottos, where we ate PB and JS by waterfalls, laughter echoing off rocks. You're my brave, I said, lacing hands as we perched on a ledge, valley sprawling below. Even when I falter. You don't falter. He kissed my knuckles. You're fighting for truth. That's braver than punching back. Stories flowed, his brothers coming out, the family splinter, my dreams of Broadway lights, a life uncloseted. Vulnerability bonded, love solidifying like cooled lava. Return brought collision. Saturday, Ryan's text, emergency. My place. Now. We arrived to chaos. His living room strewn with printouts, face ashen. Found this in my truck. After practice. A note. Tell your fag friend to quit, or next picks you. Attached Polaroid. Ryan mid-kiss with Sarah at the dance. Innocent, but damning in context. Horror dawned. They're targeting you too. Guilt crashed, my mess spilling. Not your fault. Ryan's grip on my shoulder iron. But we end this. Tonight. We pulled intel. Photo from my stalker matching Tyler's camera model. Rally audio source from his phone's voice memos app. Jordan's deep dive confirming. Confrontation brewed, but caution reigned. Record it, Jordan advised. Evidence. Sunday Eve, we lured Tyler to the old mill by the river. Neutral, isolated, to talk peace. Moonlight silvered the water as he sauntered up, cocky. What? Truce party. Without the ferry. Cut the crap, Ryan snapped, phone hidden recording. We know about the hacks. The audio. Photos. Tyler's smirk faltered. Prove it. Jordan stepped forward, screen glowing with waveforms. This does. Your IP, your app signatures. Why, Grant? Scared of change. Laughter barked, ugly. Change. You queers waltz in, ruining everything. My dad's on the board, says you're poisoning the school. This. He waved the note. Warning shot. Rage boiled, but Ryan held us. It's over. We go public. Tyler lunged, fist swinging for Jordan, but Ryan blocked, grappling. I yelled, pulling them apart as grunts echoed. Sirens wailed distant. Someone's call? Tyler bolted, vanishing into brush. Police came quick, statements taken under floodlights. Harassment, assault. The officer noted, eyeing us wary. We'll investigate. By dawn, news broke. Tyler arrested, confession coaxed. Dad's pressure, his own bigotry, a toxic brew. Petitions crumbled. Hargrove called a retraction assembly, apologizing publicly. Mr. Harper's integrity stands. Vindication tasted bittersweet. Cheers rang, but scars lingered. Theo's wary trust rebuilding slow. Classmates' apologies wrote. Dad thawed over breakfast. Proud of you, son. Standing tall. Mom hugged fierce, whispering, love you no matter. But elation crested into crash. Ryan, nursing a split lip, pulled me aside post-assembly. We're solid. But, Sarah and I, it's real. Moving forward. Joy for him warred with wistful ache. Closure sweet. Final. Happy for you, man. Jordan waited outside, pulling me into shadows. We did it. Kiss claimed, celebratory, hands roaming with victory's freedom. Yet, as confetti rained from the gym rafters, a shadow text pinged. Not Tyler. Watch closer. Paranoia reignited. Who else? The scandal's ghost, unfinished. The arrest's afterglow faded fast, replaced by a nagging itch, like the mill fight was climax, but the plot twisted onward. Tyler's confession painted him lone wolf, teen angst amplified by family talks, per the cops' report. Charges stuck, misdemeanor cyberbullying, assault pending. His dad resigned from the board in disgrace. The town paper splashing local leaders' son in scandal. Willow Creek exhaled collective relief, slapping backs at the diner, toasting justice served. But that text, not Tyler, burrowed a splinter under skin. I showed Jordan at our spot, the bleachers behind the field, sunset bleeding orange across goalposts. Prank? He wondered, but doubt shadowed his eyes. Or deeper, someone pulling strings. Ryan, ever practical, shrugged it off over pizza that night. His treat, bruises fading. Tyler's crew scattered. End of story. Focus on the win, dude. Sarah tagged along now, her bubbly energy a bomb, twining fingers with Ryan like it was always so. I smiled through envy's ghost. Jordan's knee pressed to mine, under the table a quiet anchor. School normalized uneasy. Assembly applause for me felt performative, whispers lingering like smoke. Theo invited me to drama rehearsal. Your voice in the article? Inspired the script. And I went, laughing at improv nights where queerness wove casual into lines. Jordan tagged once, his dry wit earning bows, our hands brushing backstage in thrill of secrecy half shed. Homefront mended too. Dad cracked jokes over grilling burgers. My reporter son's tougher than these patties, and Mom slipped a pride pin into my jacket pocket, for when you're ready. Tears pricked. I pinned it inside, a talisman. Yet unease festered. More texts trickled. Secrets die hard. No sender, burner numbers. I blocked, deleted, but sleep evaded, dreams splicing Jordan's kiss with locker slams. Paranoia is the real enemy. I told my reflection, but mirrors lied. Clue dropped midweek. During journalism, Ms. Rivera handed back graded pieces, pausing at my desk. Strong work, Alex. But, found this in the recycle bin. A crumpled printout, my original draft, margins scribbled. Use this against him. Make it personal. Handwriting. Not Tyler's blocky scrawl, but elegant loops. Familiar? I pocketed it, heart thudding. After class, Jordan and I compared to yearbook samples. Bingo. Mrs. Ellis, he breathed. History teacher, the one droning civil rights with side eyes at modern parallels. Her loops matched, vicious intent scripted in ink. Why? Motive eluded, staunch conservative, church deaconess, but she'd praised my essays once. Petty grudge? My assembly speech called out hypocrisy. Or bigger, Jordan's wheels turned. She advised Tyler? Push the agenda. We tailed discreet. Post-school, her Prius to the country club, meeting Tyler's dad in hushed tones by the 9th hole. Binoculars from Ryan's hunting gear caught fragments. Boy's mistake. But the cause. Conspiracy chilled. Ryan looped in, skeptical. Ellis? She's ancient. But, yeah, matches. We planned sting. Anonymous tip to Hargrove. Bait email from a dummy account. Teacher involvement in leak? With the scribbled proof attached. Response swift. Emergency meeting, Ellis summoned. We eavesdropped from adjoining storage, hearts pounding. Fabrications, she sputtered, but forensics on the printout. Ink age, paper stock, tied to her classroom printer. Inspired by concerns, she admitted tearful. Protecting values. Tyler. Misguided pupil. Hargrove's voice steel. Resignation. Immediate. She slunk out, career ash. Town reeled, front page. Educator implicated in bullying ring. Backlash split. Some decried witch hunt. Others hailed exposure. Protests flickered. Pickets at school gates. Don't erase history. But faded fast, exhaustion winning. For us, catharsis. Assembly cleared my name fully, Theo's too. Alliances solidified, pride stickers blooming on lockers. Jordan and I went semi-public, handholds in empty halls, lunch dates unchallenged. Ryan teased, lovebirds. Gross. But his grin warmed. Deeper currents stirred though. Ellis's cause echoed. Text resumed, veiled. The real scandals just beginning. Family secrets. Family. Mine. Dad's old college tales surfaced in memory. Rumors of a wild phase, hushed. Or Jordan's brother, the original ghost? Climax brewed at Thanksgiving break. Family dinner at ours. Mom's turkey masterpiece. Aunt's chattering politics. Jordan invited as friend, his mom working doubles. Laughter flowed, but under table, his foot hooked mine, secret smile shared. Post-feast, pie cooling, Dad pulled me to the garage. Son, proud. But this boy, Jordan, he's trailing, discomfort raw. Gay dad, like me. Outing crashed, air thick. His face crumpled, not anger, grief. Knew, suspected, feared losing you to it. Won't lose me. Hugs awkward, then tight. Love's love. Inside, tears waited. Jordan held me on the porch swing later, stars witnesses. Brave again. You make it easy. Kiss deepened, passion tempered by emotion. His hands in my hair, mine on his back, bodies aligning in wordless vow. But Dawn's email shattered. Forwarded chain from Ellis to a group. Concerned Parents United, detailing Harper's infiltration. With attachments, my Tumblr posts, anonymous but traced. Jordan's brother's old article, linked to me falsely. Culmination, a planned expose rally, petitions for my expulsion, his transfer. Betrayal's web widened. Not lone wolves, but a network. Prejudices networked. Ryan called frantic. They're meeting tonight. Old Mill. We crash. Adrenaline surged. We three piled into his truck. Jordan shotgun. Me rear, plotting. Record everything, Ryan said. Endgame. Mill loomed dark. Lanterns flickering like fireflies malevolent. 24 circled. Parents, church folk, Tyler's dad leading. We protect our children, he boomed. From agendas like Harper's. Outsider influences corrupting. We burst in, phones live streaming to school socials, Ryan's voice booming. From bullies? Or your own hate? Gasps, flashes popped. Ellis, there, defiant, pointed. Trespassers. This is private. Not anymore. Jordan held up his phone. Ellis's emails projected via hotspot. Your words. Your plots. Chaos erupted. Shouts, shoves. Someone lunged for the phone, but I dodged, streaming steady. Sirens wailed. Ryan's pre-call to cops. Arrests followed. Conspiracy charges for leaders. Ellis facing ethics probe. By morning, viral. Willow Creek's hate network exposed. National outlets picked up. Small-town reckoning. Interviews requested. Hargrove suspended the group. Counseling mandated. Vindication full, but cost tallied. Families fractured. Trust shattered. Dad testified peripheral. His phase a bisexual youth buried for mom's sake. Revelation bonding us awkward, honest. Jordan's family healed too. Brother visiting. Hugs fierce. You fought like I couldn't, he told Jordan. Pride swelled. For me, mirror truths. No more hiding. Coming out assembly. Voice steady. I'm gay. And that's okay. Applause thundered. Jordan's wink from wings. Love's light. But scars? Eternal. Texts ceased, but echoes lingered. Prejudices whisper. Winter blanketed Willow Creek in hush. Snow muffling the scars, but not erasing them. The scandal's dust settled into legend. Newspaper racks still hawked, reckoning in the heartland, but daily life reclaimed. Finals looming, holiday lights twinkling on Maine. Expulsion threats evaporated. Instead, offers poured, scholarships for courageous journalism, invites to Pride events in Columbus. I fielded them dazed, the boy who'd once faded now focal. Friendships reforged stronger. Ryan and Sarah double-dated with us. Awkward at first, bowling alleys echoing laughs over gutter balls. Told you I'd spare the pins, Jordan quipped, arms slung casual around me. No hiding now. Ryan's grin wide. Sap. But his nod to me later, killing it, bro, meant worlds. Theo's drama circle expanded, casting me as understudy in their spring musical. Queer rep front and center, lines about love defying odds hitting too close. Rehearsals bled into cast parties, Jordan tagging as moral support, his sketches of scenes adorning the green room walls. Art for the revolution, he'd say, kissing my temple amid costume racks. Family evolutions unfolded gentle. Dad joined PFLAG meetings, awkward in folding chairs but present. Learning curve, kid. Mom baked rainbow cookies for bake sales. Her church group splintering, but her faith bending toward inclusion. Holidays glowed warmer. Christmas Eve, Jordan's family joining ours, tables groaning under ham and lax, toasts to new chapters. His little sister gifted me a doodle, 2 stick figures holding hands under stars, titled Brave Brothers. Tears stung, Jordan's squeeze under the tree grounded. Yet, growth's underbelly, nightmares of chance, phantom texts vibrating silent phones. Therapy started. School counselor, sessions in the annex where I unpacked the closet's weight, the scandal's siege. You're resilient, she noted, but resilience felt like scar tissue, tough but tender. Jordan mirrored, Chicago ghosts haunting. Brothers' visits stirred old wounds, late-night talks on my roof, bundled in quilts. He forgave Dad partial. Jordan shared, voice muffled in wool. But trust? Shattered. His hand found mine. You helped rebuild mine. Team effort. Kisses in snow hush, flakes melting on lashes. Intimate. Unhurried. Love's language fluent now. Boundaries pushed gentle. Shared showers post-snowball fights. Towels dropped in steam. Touches reverent. Exploring with whispers of consent. Emotions tied cresting without crashing explicit. Spring thawed literal and figurative. Prom approached. Town's redemption arc scripting it grand. Unity gala. Banners proclaiming. We went all in. Jordan in rented tux. Me in thrift velvet. Corsages pin mutual. Ryan and Sarah matched in blue. Quartet entering arm in arm. Cheers erupting sans irony. Dance floor claimed. Slow spins to Ed Sheeran. His breath warm on my neck. First of many. But high doesn't hit without shadow. Midway, ex-Tyler ally. Exiled now. Approached tentative, beer in hand. Heard about the mess. Sorry. Was blind. Apology raw. I nodded, Jordan's grip light warning. Forgive slow, I said. He left nodding, first crack in the wall. Summer beckoned escape. Road trip north. Ryan shotgun navigating to Lake Erie beaches. Tents pitched lakeside. Bonfires crackling stories. Ghosts exorcised in flames. Skinny dips midnight. Waves lapping cautious. Jordan's laugh echoing as we splashed. Bodies silhouetted firelit. Affection playful. Deepening bonds without demand. College loomed dual. My NYU acceptance. His Art Institute Chicago nod. Distance daunted, but plans wove. Holiday flights. Summer merges. We'll make it, he vowed. Packed car idling for goodbye airport run. Hated you once. Love you eternal. Forever. Echoed. Kiss ceiling. Fall senior year. Closed loops. Paper thrived under my edit. Features on resilience. Theo penning op-eds. Ryan proposed to Sarah post-grad. Joking, don't outdo us. Wedding invite a milestone. Scandals echo. Faded to footnote. But lessons etched. Love's not linear. Forged in fire. Misunderstandings molten. Prejudices hammered flat. Friendships? Steeled, unbreakable. Graduation dawn. Caps tossed skyward. Jordan's arm mine amid cheers. We made it. Yeah. Horizon beckoned. Scandal survivor to storyteller. The transfer student who'd hated most? Now, the one who'd loved fiercest, standing brave when world wavered. In Willow Creek's quiet fields, seeds of change rooted deep. Our story, just beginning. Epilogue whispers. Years on. New York, buzz my backdrop. Jordan's sketches framing our loft. Visits home heal. Dad dancing at Pride. Ryan's kids calling me Uncle Alex. The scandal? A chapter, not the book. Love, the spine binding all.